Alright guys, this is a breakdown from my matches from Master Worlds. So thank you for watching. With all the respect to my opponents, this is just to help my audience. So starting a very high pace right there. He actually got a penalty for talking to the referee. So that's one thing that you guys should be watch out for. So once again, I'll be releasing all this a separate video from this breakdown, so make sure you stay tuned for the next video. Okay, for this one I'm just gonna do a voiceover, quick voiceover, so you guys can take a quick look at this. So I pull guard, and then you have to really pay attention, guys. This goes quick. So he picked me up, so watch out for this. Someone pick you up, be careful. Look, this is what happens. See my head falling down, boom, you can get a really big concussion right there. So watch out for that when someone lift you up. So here's the first idea right here. So he dropped so heavy. Look how I'm gonna bait him. So look, I try to lift him, he falls back, and then boom, all I'm doing is trying to make him believe that I want to flip him over me, so he sits back. And then look what I'm gonna do with my feet. So look, he can only do one thing: defend or pass. This time he was passing, so I was forcing him to defend. And then whenever he kind of release, I pull him, do a quick switch with my grip on his wrist, and look how I'm gonna hit the shotgun armbar, and it comes quick and they won't see come. So that was my very first match, and I'm happy to break down for you guys. Okay, and then the second match, for some reason the camera did not get the 2 points, but anyway, we're gonna show the pressure from half guard right there. Look how I'm using palm up under his shoulder to lock my shoulder around his face, and trust me, he was snoring, like he was making weird noise, which I felt really strong right there. So didn't work. I tried to do my pass that I've been working on it, which also I'm gonna break down and why I did not get this pass. So look, I got the lapel under his body. I want to get the pants, but I did a huge mistake right here, which I'm gonna show in a slow motion. So look, and then he bumps me. So when I pass the lapel under his body, trust me, these weren't the most effective pass against half guard players, getting the near side on the hook. And I've been working this pass for a long time, and I used all my camp, but it didn't work because I didn't realize that he has underhook on me. So my head have to be under that arm. Okay, I'll do a breakdown in a future video for you guys, and trust me, if you start working this pass, you gotta be really good at it. So you see, like, I need to get my head under this arm that's underhook me. So he has my belt, I couldn't push, and then so no, I'm gonna push, and then he pulls me, I have to post, and then he bridges, forced me to step over to mount, and then he got right there. So I knew that he wants my leg, so I keep elevating his hip, pulling and driving my right knee down. So this way he won't progress with his intention to sweep me or something like that. Okay, and once again, guys, I'm sorry about the background noise. I'm trying to get this going for you guys. So once again, I shut down the space. I really like to shut down the hip. I don't like to go to the head until I get to the hip first, because if I stabilize your hip, you don't have power. So he has my pants and like a half guard butterfly. So pay attention. He can only lift me to my right side. So I walk my hip on top of his hip. So that hook lose power. You see what I mean? And then he have to let go to move on. And then the ref stopped the match and reset in the middle. Big shout out, guys. Make sure you check out my instructionals at bjjfanatics. So if you guys want to go in a deep learning process here. So look, once again, show the pressure. I did not get the pass the first time, and then look how he's getting uncomfortable with the shoulder pressure. Make him look to the other side. So another mistake that I did right here, I did not connect my hands or get the lapel right there. Look, he bumps me, I'm just bouncing, and then I lose. In a slow motion, take a look. I did not have my hands anchored anywhere. So he has a deep half guard, but I couldn't control to pass because I had nothing up about a big mistake. So don't do that. And once again, I'm gonna break down this detail for you guys in a future video. And then I have to get out and pass. Once again, get to the half guard. He really want to get me into the knee bar or whatsoever. But this time looked different. This time I anchor my grip on the far collar. And that I was able to get the pass. So take a quick look right here. Don't sleep around. So look, I pass the lapel, establish the hip with my right hand, and look how much pressure I put it, and he get panic, and then he open up. So look, slow motion. I hold, look how he gonna use his hand to try to loosen up the pressure on his face. And then he has to give me the pass. Look, he open, I take my leg out and I pass. And following the sequence, I pass my leg over, my arm over, wrap the head, and now use my hip to stabilize and make him look. Take a look in the slow motion because this is such an important detail you don't see very often. So look, I pass my hands, palms up. That's what I learned from my professor Marcelo. Palms up around his spine, and I push him away to free my hands on the near side. Now, all I need to do is use my hip. Look how I'm gonna move his head with my body. Look, right there. Now the head is stabilized. Now I connect my hands. I always like to go on bottom, but this time I went on top because I really want to lock and finish, and then I got the tap. I'm gonna break down this video as well in a live scenario for you guys, okay? This was my second match, and then I'm gonna jump right into the third match. So this guy, he was strong, but I knew I was so comfortable right there. So look, the mistake that you should have been doing it, and I did, and you should be learning by watching this video. So look, I pull guard a little slow, I grab the collar, boom, I sit, and he grabbed my leg. Look here, and then look, he hold my knee, and then look, he pulls. 2 points for him. Big mistake. I should have go back up, but I was so confident I say, you know what, I'm gonna tap him. So I did not let him get to stack pass, keeping my hip away. And then, so I'm trying to dig my De La Riva hook because I know that he wants to go for the stack pass. See, like I push my hip away, and then this is what happens. You know what? I won't be able to move on, and the time keep going. So I was by 2 points, you know what I mean? So I tried to push him just to make him move it away. You see that? Was not to sweep him. And then I tried to get the De La Riva hook. I couldn't get. And I pulled his leg into the single leg X, kind of like putting him on a 50-50. And then I trapped the foot, and then I roll right there. There's no way he can defend that. It pops, to be honest. So I put the De La Riva hook, and he balanced out. All that just to keep him busy, guys. And then I pull the foot out, look, and then trap him in the 50-50. And then look, he was leaning to his left side. I grabbed the toes just to see what he's gonna react. And then he kind of like, okay, I won't believe that he's going. And then look, I sit up on my elbow, trap the foot, and roll back. To be honest, I could attack the knee and the foot right there, super quick. And that match was under a minute. You know, I was so confident. So, and then I went to the fourth mat, I think. Go there. I pull guard faster this time, lock him in a close guard, and that was my game. I did a really good 6-week camp, guys. I was training so hard. 10-12 rounds in the morning, 10-12 rounds at night, plus conditioning, and all that trained with lower belts in my academy. I have only a few high belts, but I use my main training partners, my lower belts, my students that helped me get, and I'm very lucky to have them with me here at Bernardo Faria Academy. So I pull guard, open my guard, chill out right there. Look, he doesn't want to come up. I'm trying to bait him to get a penalty right there. So you know what, I'm gonna hold the elbow, see how it works. And then I move to the sleeves. So look, he pulled me up. I just kept feeling 1 minute pass by. I know that if I control the hands, the chance for him attacking me is gonna be less. So he come up on a combat base. Look, shin on shin, boom, come up, and then sweep, and then I pass right away. I almost kicked the referee. So look, shin on shin. Once again, I'm gonna break this down in a feature video. Shin on shin, and I push him. Look, he fall right down, and I disconnect, getting the pants grip, and then boom, pass right there. So I got the 2 points, and I got the 3 points, and almost look at the mistake that I did here. Look, on the north-south choke, I went for the head, but he has his hands on blocking. I couldn't go to north south. You know what I mean? So in that way, so you know what? I don't have the angle. I'm not gonna force. And then I moved back that way. And from here, that was the most big mistake that I did in my entire tournament. I went to the back. He sits back. Mistake in a slow motion. I let go of the headlock because I couldn't turn, right? And then I should take the back. I'm gonna film this for you because I want you guys to do the same thing. So look, I should get a Kimura trap right here. And he did a really good job defending, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. The mistake's not all on my side. You know, he did a really good job. And then he sits back. I have to let go the back. And then from here, I pass to this side. But and then I let him get to the half guard. And so from there, look, I should pass to the other side. You see, like the arrow pointing, I should pass to that side because, but I couldn't because he holds my pants. You know what I mean? So I felt stuck. So you know what? I'm gonna settle down here in a half guard, establishing on top of his hip. I got the near side on the hook, but I was a little low, and then I couldn't get. So forcing heavy, and there was a matter of time. I was keeping a look on the clock. Once again, I tried to pass. Look, on this side, I should pass holding the collar grip and should pass to the other side because look, he was blocking my hip. You know what I mean? So I should have passed to the other side. He did a good job once again, and it was very impressive. And I was just buying time. You know, if I had a good position, I would go. And then I tried to go for the clock for the cowboy choke right here, but I couldn't get. You know, I get my good grip on the collar, but I couldn't get a second grip because he's holding right there. He felt coming, so he did a really good job once again. And then he pull guard, and I did not get into my knee. I want to stay on kind of like in the headquarters, high up, to try pass. And then from here, I try to don't let him lock. You know, I was like 5-0, 2 minutes to finish the match. You know, I just have to manage right here, stay away from his game, and I felt like he's breathing really heavy, so I just manage there. Boom, headquarters, try to disconnect my leg and stay away from the connections, from his connection, because I know that he can come up at any time. I keep a look at the clock, right? Blocking the collar and the pants. I could go for the weave pass right there, but I hesitate, stay on my game plan right there. And then I was holding his foot just to see his reaction. See, like I hold his foot and he's like, I don't think he's gonna go. Say, oh yeah, I'm gonna go. So I keep eyes on the clock, trying to go there, and then keep eyes on what I'm gonna do here. Guys, quick time. Make sure you check out my instructionals at bjjfanatics. I'm about to film a lot more right there, including kids instructional. So keep eyes on it, and I'm gonna film some good stuff for you guys. So look, I'm holding the foot. I cannot roll on my knee, right? So I cannot stay on my knee. So I hold his toes, and I had a really good bite on his foot. And then look, making believe he did not want to. I held his foot, I stand up, and I knew the time we would finish. You know, my goal to this tournament was trying to submit everybody. So I went to the foot, and then look what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna break the grip. So keep eyes on. I would just keep my weight on him. You see, like my weight's not on my leg, my weight's just on him. So he carries the gravity and get tired more. And I held his foot, and now look what I'm gonna do here to finish. I look at the time, and then I went up disconnecting my right hands. See, I take a look at the time, and then you know what? I'm gonna go for it. So I pop all the way up, and then I stand up. So look how I'm pulling, push the collar, guys. And then look, he tries to go under, but no way. So whenever I felt the time going faster, he say, you know what? I'm gonna jump. So I know I keep saying, but this is what's coming. So I was there. I did not want to pass. I just want to tap him. So I was trying to go for like a counter choke, but he was holding my leg. And then look, I backed right to his foot. And then look what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna kind of stand up to break any connect that he has on me. And then look, I go up, right? And then I roll right there, and then I lock his leg, and it comes quick. So look what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go up, breaking the grip, and then I dive, hugging his leg around, locking my hands on my own wrist. And that, when I get there, it pops, guys. It comes faster. So be careful. Don't do this at academy because it hurts. Okay. And that was my fourth mat. And on the fifth mat, also, I won by points, but there's a few mistake that I did right here that I want to show you. So very strong guy, but I knew that he's strong. They are strong just for a period of time. I pull guard once again. I cleaned up my mask that I did early. I pull guard. He has a really good base. That guy was strong, but I trust on my technique. Look how his base was super super strong. And I said, oh, I gotta be super hard. It's gonna be hard to tap him on the armbar right here because I knew he was waiting for. I'm 100% sure. So look, combat base, and then so you know what? I'm gonna open. It's the final match, so I know that if I stick with my tools, I would have win. So I throw my shallow lasso right there just to keep the distance, foot on the shoulder in case he drives in. And once again, it's a slow pace, but I have to be aware of any second. And then he's trying to break the grip, shin on shin. And my goal is to keep his sleeve under control. Look, shin on shin to don't let me lock. And then lasso to keep him away. He was not trying to pass, he was just defending, right? But also I was taking my time studying his idea. Look the big mistake that I did. This is one of my favorite pass. I could go up right there because it's down, but and then I disconnect. So look, I push way faster before I hook, and then he fall down. Look, his foot slipping away. And this pass, guys, the lasso tripod is a strong pass. I will film for you later on. You guys probably seen. And then last was between the leg. Look, I lift him up, look, with my foot. You know, I could go up right there, but kind of hesitate a little bit. So you know what? It's early in the match. I don't want to go up. I want to just go in the right time. So I took my time. Like I recommend you guys do the same. Take your time. And then he sprawled out, and then I lost my chance. So you know what? I'm going to stay on the lasso. He knows it's coming. So, and then I try to go shin on shin, lasso there, keep the control. And I knew that he wants to break one grip, and pay attention what he's gonna do. All these guys, I cannot rush. You don't need to rush. If you guys learn lasso from me, you should be pay attention. Don't rush. Look his base, super solid and strong. So I knew I have a lasso on one side and say, you know what? The moment that I lose my grip, I'm gonna hit the lasso. And that's exactly what I did. So pay attention. No joke, I'm not making this up. That was on my head. He pulled, and then I went for the lasso, open the elbow, and then I come up. Let's take a look in the slow motion right here. Whenever he pulls his left hand, my lasso was deep. Look, I keep my lasso heavy, open the elbow, and he cannot push it up because the lasso is really heavy. That's why I like deep lasso. And then I change the lasso grip and hold his sleeves so he couldn't come up, right? He cannot pulse because I changed my grip. And I got a 2 point. I disconnect my leg. And then from here, I was trying to go for the circling around, and he did a really good job. So you know what? Okay, I got the points. I'm just managed right now. I stand up, take a deep breath, and then he's sitting guard. And then from there, grab the pants, and now I knew it's all about pressure right now and taking my time. It's like halfway on the mat. You know what? I'm gonna just take my time right here. So it's not hesitation, it's just managing. And I drive down, forcing, you know, half guard. I'm on my knee, and then I don't want him close the guard. So I stay outside trying to pass, and then you know what? I'm gonna shut down round the hip into a half guard because I'm gonna try get to my pass that I've been working on. But I could not get. So my goal is to avoid close guard as much as possible. So look, I'm off of my knees, my weight is on him, and guys, you gotta take your time. I was winning by 2 points. If I see any opening, I take it. So look how I melt on top of his hip. He keep pushing down, but he felt like he couldn't keep pushing much longer. So you know what? I'm gonna shut down the space right there. So I take my time, I get the pants grip, and I know that he was just slow. He wouldn't get under me, and he's not an explosive guy. So you know what? I'm just gonna shut down my weight right on top of his hip so he won't get under me. So look how my base comes from my toes. Every time you pass, base comes from your toes. And then I keep shutting down the space on his hip so he doesn't get under me. And When I put pressure right there, he won't be able. Look, my head isolated the far elbow, and now he's flat. Now from here I felt like 1 minute, like the guy say I was stalling, but anyway, I was not stalling. So I was just taking my time to get to my position. And then, you know what, whenever he's flat like this, he won't sweep me. It's not bragging, but he cannot sweep because I want the angle, you know what I mean? So you learn jiu-jitsu with angle and timing, so I want the angle. And I got to a quarter mount, and isolate the pressure on the elbow, guys, so tight. So that's how you beat the half guard, bringing the elbow above the shoulder line. And then I did not care about the other side. And then look, he was holding right there. As long as I don't lose the elbow, I'm strong. And then boom, I tried to pass, put pressure. He was resisting really well. I'm very surprised. And I'm gonna break down this for you. Okay, so make sure that you're gonna watch. I'm gonna be showing the mistakes that I did and the good stuff that I did on this tournament to win my fourth Master Worlds. Okay, so guys, thank you so much, and once again, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel because this channel is made for you. Okay, and I'm gonna get the pass right here. I don't want to lose the elbow, and then 10 seconds. I got the tap, and then I got a tap. I got the pass. I really want to tap him, but I couldn't. And I win the match by 5-0, dominating and not doing crazy things. So thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate you guys for being here, and I'm looking forward to do this more often. Okay, and keep eyes on the next video because I'm gonna be break down everything for you guys, and do not forget to subscribe, share the videos because this channel is made for you. Big O's. I really appreciate you guys.